what brings you here today?
As if you didn't know, sir.
How,
No,
how can I help? How can I help?
I would actually. I'm just first of all so thrilled to actually get in connection with you. It's kind of cool.
Wonderful.
I've been watching a lot of your videos.
Yeah.
Really connecting with, I would say, your style of communication.
Hmm.
I watched 1 and 2 of the last one that you posted. So, it's all thought. I believe
Oh, yeah.
that was the heading. So
Yeah.
I haven't watched the final one, so who knows, but
Yep.
I've been
It's
practicing.
resonating.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I really like your really real way of answering. Like, we're speaking, having a dialogue, and
Yeah.
you don't seem to really cut up people's, terminology that they're using. That's just
Hmm.
because it's really about the message we're getting across, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I
And
appreciate that.
we got to use words. Otherwise, I sit here and say nothing, and you sit there and say nothing, and it's like, so we got to use words. We have to make allowances for that. But
Yeah.
it'll depend on the person and the dialogue and what's happening as to what comes out and what comes back. But the idea of this is that we tackle this together, not
Mm-hmm.
not me spoon feeding. I mean, I might be pointing, yeah, but it's something that we unravel together. We look at it together and we try and attempt to unravel it together. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's the best way. Yeah. So let's see how
Okay.
we go. Let's see how we go. So
Sure.
how long have you been on the non-dual path?
Um, about a year and a half.
Cool. And
Um,
what other people do you listen to that you resonate with?
I listened to you, and Robert Sierra
Yeah.
and Angelo DeLulo,
Yeah.
um, and Sam Gao.
Haven't
He's
heard of
pretty
Sam.
neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty neat. He's I believe he's a psychiatrist,
Yeah.
and he's practicing. He's an awakened individual, and helping people in this way. I thought was kind of a
Cool.
beautiful thing that he does. I
Yeah.
have been I have had glimpses of, I think, I what I think is really probably the truth of what things are.
Yeah.
Um, and I have noticed, which I guess is really my first question, is um, I have come to the place where I have seen and can feel and connect up with that space within myself,
Mm.
that is like a clear presence. I believe you said it was the ultimate subjective,
Mm.
right? I think that was the last video. And that really resonated with me because I absolutely right. Like, it's not describable, but it's the space from which what feels like me is just kind of aware of things.
Mm.
Um, so is that awakening? I'm not really sure. Even really, people call it awakening. I don't know if just recognizing that part of yourself is called awakening. What?
So there's a few realizations that need to be had along the way. If
Mhm.
we just look at the primary ones, the primary the you know the primary ones are um, the absolute knowing there is no personal self. That's the first one. But
Mhm.
it's absolute knowing there is no personal self. Yeah, that's the first one.
I'm not there for sure. I'm
Well,
in touch with that space, but um,
well,
you know,
just pause there because a moment ago you said pure subjectivity. So if you're in touch with that space, that's two, is it not? It's not subjectivity. Who's in touch with the space? There's two there. Someone that's in touch with the space. So that's still dualistic. You just need to see that. That's all. Yeah, you're not making a mistake or anything like that. But I'm just saying, you need to see that. Yeah, because we can talk about pure subjectivity, pure absolute oneness. Yeah, but we talk about it like it's an object.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So what would that be like then? And a person would experience that?
No, because no,
Experiencing it.
No, you are that.
Okay.
If there's only non-dual means one without a second, or a third, or a fourth, or a fifth, or a sixth. One. You are that. But you're taking yourself to be a personal individual. And what we need to do is unravel that. Like that that needs to be seen, because like it's a funny thing, like people are trying to work out what non-duality is, or they're trying to achieve this non-dual state or get there, or hoping it's hoping it's going to happen, or yet if I asked you, what can you tell me about non-duality, you'd have a few little things to say about it, I'm sure.
Right. It would all be mental. It would all be...
but you'd have a few little things to say about it. Yeah. Now, if I pose the opposite question, what can you tell me about duality? What happens?
It's much easier.
Is it?
Yeah, you can...
Give it a try.
Okay.
Tell me about duality.
It's subject object. So there's me in the center, and everything else is a reference to me.
But there is no me. Hold on. But there is no me.
Okay.
Or is there? It's okay. We'll unravel it. It's all right. Just do your best. Do your best. Be honest. Be completely honest. Spit out whatever this is saying. Yeah. And we'll just tackle it. And we'll just tackle it together. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So where does duality come from?
It's a perspective, I believe.
Based on what?
Based on the cultural upbringing, I believe. Like it's a concept you're taught.
Yeah. What are the good? And what are those concepts that you're taught?
The concepts are that there's a me, and then there's a something else related to me.
Right. And what instrument gets used to relay that information?
Language.
Good. Thoughts. Language and thoughts.
Yes. Yeah. Thoughts reinforce it.
Good. Language and thoughts. Yeah. What duality would there be in the absence of thoughts?
None.
Good. So what's the base of duality?
Thoughts.
Good. Only. Yeah, because it's a thought that says you're sitting there and I'm sitting here, right?
Yes.
Sounds like two.
Yeah.
Me and you. Certainly sounds like two. Yeah. Now, thinking is the sixth sense. It's the creative sense, thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then there's seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and smelling. Yeah.
Yes.
What's the seeing saying about anything?
It doesn't say anything. Seeing is just seeing.
Yeah. The hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. What are they all saying?
They're just experiences. They're just feelings, sensations.
No. Is there any duality about them?
No, they're just present moment sensations.
Right. So you experience five of the senses on a daily basis. You're experiencing in a non-dual way. 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them you're not, which is the sixth sense, the thinking sense. Just one.
It's the loudest.
Yeah, well, that's the dualistic one. That's the one that creates the seeming self, the seeming me, and the seeming other, and the seeming here, and the seeming there, and the seeming this, and the seeming that, and all the polaric opposites, the dualistic opposites, get created by mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So in the absence of mind, what happens to duality?
It doesn't exist.
Good. In the absence of mind, what happens to Lindsay?
Lindsay, the belief. So the Lindsay, all the history. Okay, so I know the answer is it doesn't exist. I just have to feel that though.
That's okay. That's okay. That's honest. Good. That's okay. Like if I could create amnesia in you right now, you've got your name, got your parents, got your siblings, forgot what you did for a living, forgot what country you're born in. All the personal stuff was just gone, completely absent. Yeah. Would it still be Lindsay sitting here with me?
No, not at all. No.
Good. Good. What would be? What's still here in the absence of a Lindsay? Because we've created amnesia.
Space, like a.
Would you die and fall off the chair in the absence of a Lindsay?
No.
No. Right. So there'd still be seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. There'd still be consciousness. You'd still be aware. There'd be awareness. Yeah. There'd just be no reference point in regards to who you are. Because you're experiencing amnesia. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a very, very, very clear pointer as to what Lindsay is. Can you see that?
So Lindsay is the like the memories and the thoughts and the ideas.
Isn't
like
she?
That I've. Yeah. Yeah. If there was amnesia.
Yeah.
And there were no memories or thoughts about referencing.
Yeah.
There would just be here and now. There would just be here and now.
Yeah. Good. And you'd still be here and now though, right? You wouldn't die.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. What is it that would remain then? What's this? This here and now that you just referenced. What's that? Because it ain't Lindsay. We've just identified what Lindsay is. Can you see that?
I don't have a I don't have a name or a.
Good.
I don't know.
Good. That's okay. Yeah. What's more important is the realization that there's no Lindsay or what Lindsay actually is.
Right.
Without the memory, Lindsay disappears. So, you know, the interesting thing there is, like, that was the closest I got, Linz. When I was trying to work out what the hell this me is, yeah, the closest I got was, oh my God, I am memory. That's all the me was. Memory. Holy shit. And in the absence of that memory, Terrence disappeared. But something remained.
Right.
Okay. Now, this something that remains, yeah, mind had been calling this something Terrence my whole life. That's what's been happening with you. Mind has been calling this presence, this here-ness, this now-ness, this consciousness, this awareness, this beingness, this seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. This mind has been calling this Lindsay your whole life.
Okay.
And that was taught language around the age of 2. And then more and more conditioning on top of that, and 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 on top of that, until we find ourselves sitting here today, yeah, with the mind that has a big backstory about a Lindsay, right? Big backstory about a Lindsay, yeah. And it's also saying that the mind, yeah, my name's Lindsay, I'm a seeker, and I'm on this path, and I want to awaken. Mind is saying that. Like it's saying everything else. See, I'm going to assume, so forgive me, but I'm just going to assume that you've looked closely enough to understand that thoughts just happen.
Yes.
Yeah. You've seen that there's no thinker. Lindsay is not the thinker.
Yes.
Yeah, thoughts just happen. If Lindsay was the thinker, then Lindsay could choose not to think. That's not rocket science.
Right.
If Lindsay was the thinker, right? But we walk around our whole life believing I am the thinker. I'm responsible for these thoughts. I'm thinking these thoughts and so on. But all of that, all thoughts, every single solitary thought is simply just happening. All thoughts. There's not an agent. There's not a Lindsay agent there that's aware of thoughts that are just happening. But then there's the Lindsay agent, the personal character, that has its own personal little thoughts that are coming from Lindsay.
Okay.
It's all thoughts. It's all mind. All. It can be a little bit difficult to see because the speech and the thoughts have been so close to us our whole life that there is a belief that I am the speaker and I am the thinker. The Lindsay character is the speaker and the thinker.
Right.
But the Lindsay character is nothing but a construct of thoughts, a pattern of thoughts. That's what Lindsay is.
It's a pattern of thoughts.
Only.
And a collection of memories. And I just kind of want to back up for a second. You said that there were thoughts just happening.
See, here's what I think is happening for you. Just give me a sec, I'll help you, yeah? You're aware that thoughts just happen, true?
Yes.
Okay, you're aware, so you're aware of that fact, right? There's thoughts that just happen, true?
Yes.
Good. Okay, but here's what's happening. You're aware that there's thoughts that just happening, and there's Lindsay, and there's Lindsay who has personal thoughts about the thoughts that just happen.
Yes.
That's what's happening. That's your experience.
Yes.
And what I'm trying to point at is this apparent 3 is all happening in the one. This Lindsay character, right,
Mm-hmm.
believes it's aware of the thoughts that just happen.
Yes, yeah.
Right? Well, this Lindsay character isn't aware.
Right. Yes, that's right.
It's a character, it's just a pattern of thoughts. Pattern of thoughts
Mhm.
isn't aware, right? But there is awareness, no doubt, there is awareness of thoughts. That's a fact. There is. Yeah, like there's awareness of the phone in front of you. That's a fact. There's awareness of that. Yeah. But the Lindsay character can't experience awareness.
Right.
Why? Because it's a pattern of thoughts.
Yeah. It's
And
not
in the
a
absence, and in the absence of those thoughts, i.e., amnesia, Lindsay disappears. Now who's aware of? Now who's aware of thoughts if Lindsay's gone?
Just this here.
Yeah. Now who's aware of the phone if Lindsay's gone?
Pardon? Sorry.
Now who is aware of the phone if Lindsay's gone? Who? What's aware of the phone if Lindsay's gone? What's aware of thoughts if Lindsay's gone? We're still using the same pointer, the amnesia pointer, right? Lindsay's gone. Yeah. Well, that's awareness still remains, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Right, but Lindsay's now gone.
Right.
But there's still awareness happening, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Good. This awareness that's still happening, mind has been calling it Lindsay.
Yes.
And clearly it's not. If we use the amnesia pointer, we're just using logic here. Logic, right? If we use the amnesia pointer, Lindsay's gone. She disappears. You don't know who you are. Your family could walk in the room and you wouldn't even know who they were. So Lindsay's now gone. So it's not Lindsay that's aware, is it?
Not at all. No.
Good. This is important. Yeah.
You're right. I have always felt like this. I always thought that like this spirit is Lindsay. Like this is who I am. This spirit.
Yeah. That's the erroneous error. That's the mistake. That's the error. That's why it's important for me to get you to see what you are not. Not what you are. What you are is already here. It's just mistaken identity. You've just been calling what you are that's already here, you've been calling that Lindsay. Or rather, it's been called Lindsay.
Yes, and I've been acting from
from that belief system.
Lindsay.
Yeah.